Okay, Banter, take 2. Sheldon, show.
Take 2. Action.
Action. All right, so
sorry, bro. Blind moment.
Yeah, this is a chart that everyone should be looking at. In fact, there's 2 charts everyone should be looking at. It's this one, and then just call up the US 10-year Treasury yield, because that one is another one. In fact, here it is. Let's just find the US 10-year Treasury.
Here we go.
There we go. And there's a head and shoulders, which is broken. Now, those 2 charts together are basically telling us that it's going to be risk on for the next couple of months. And then you overlay that with this bit of good news over here. So, yeah. And that is that there's 45 days until the ETH Merge. And there's going to be a lot of money flowing into the ETH Merge. And I think we need to make a trading strategy. So that's what it's going to be about today. Let's make a trading strategy for anybody who wants to trade this ETH Merge. Show you guys that it's not actually only Ethereum. There's a lot of other stuff that can be running.
Bitcoin's 24K. You know what I mean?
Bitcoin.
Let's discuss that. Let's see what's happening here. Like, we had a little bit of a good reaction yesterday. Altcoin starting to show some strength. Let's do it, brother.
Exactly. Let's do it.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the.
He's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. He's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. He's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. He's our man. If he can't do it, no one can.
Where are your cameras off again?
I'm coming.
First of all, what he does is he switches off his own show. Instead of exiting the studio to sort out his internet, he exits the whole show. We have to restart the show. Now he comes on and his camera's not working. What the hell is going on? I think he's playing a trick here. I think he wants me to do the charting show, and I can do the charting show, especially now because I've started studying to be a chartered market technician, a CMT. So I'm going to be a master chartist myself. I'm telling you.
Don't ask, dude. It's one of those days. The equipment's playing around. The shit's happening.
I don't know.
We'll get through it.
I don't know.
So apparently you're the new chartist on Banter. I think you need to tell everyone about your new charting journey. I've heard you taking it serious. I heard you doing some courses. I heard Randy's becoming the chartist.
I'm doing a chartered market technician course, which is a 3-year course in charting. It's the best course that I could be in charting. I figured that one way to sort shit out, because I kept thinking like there's people in this office that are better than me at something, and that upset me. So what I did was I went and registered for the best course, and I've been studying now for this chartered market.
You decided to go get a degree in it.
Yeah. You can see now that I'm starting to post more charts on Twitter. I'm having more charts. Also, what we're doing now next week, I haven't told you this yet. We're doing a thing called Off the Charts. So it's Off the Charts. Now, what's Off the Charts? Off the Charts is a trading competition that we're hosting on ByBit. Okay. So it's anyone can participate, and all you need to do is have $250 in your account. Anyone can participate, and the winners get $100,000. Now I'm going to kick your ass just to prove a point. Yeah.
Okay.
Just to prove a point and kick your ass. I'm going to show you that my trading style actually does work, and I think we'll both kick Kyle's ass.
Okay.
Kyle's still short, bro. Kyle is short.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he's still short.
Kyle and Kappa are short.
I've been hearing a lot of this. I'm gonna kick your ass. Like, I hear you're gonna kick my ass tomorrow.
Okay. Whoa.
I hear you're gonna kick my ass. Like,
before we start the show, I saw you posted this on Instagram yesterday, bro.
Yeah. I got a new girlfriend.
Is this your new toy?
That's my new toy. I'm excited.
So I'm gonna say a few things about your toy. First of all, you have to brand it. If I don't see a Bitcoin on it and a Crypto Banter on it and some tokens on it, then it doesn't count. Then it doesn't count. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing is tomorrow I'm going to come to the track and I'm going to kick your ass, and you can come and you can film it.
Okay, I will have the cameraman ready for it. Now, what's the deal? Like, this is my game, brother. If you're gonna race me and tell me you're gonna come kick my ass, then what's the What's the
We'll
catch?
think about it. We'll come up with something by the end of the show. We'll buy to something by the end of the show. We'll buy something by the end of the show. You see the brindle. You see it must be the woman that say nice wheels, nice wheels. Anyway, let's get into crypto because it's actually an amazing time to be back in crypto. Amazing time to be in crypto. I know we've been telling people to dollar cost average in throughout the whole down market. Now we're actually getting an explosion, and it looks like this explosion is actually going to be here to last. And this is going to be here to last. So yeah, I think we're going to have a lot of fun in the show. We're going to talk about why this explosion is here to last. We're going to talk about some price targets. We're also going to talk about Ethereum and the merge, because this merge can bring you lots of profits. But the thing is that you've got very little time. You've got 45 days until the merge, and it's probably going to be a buy the rumor, sell the merge type situation, right? So you want to be in early. So I think pretty much if you're not getting in now or soon, I don't know if it's gonna happen. Cool.
I think let's jump in here quick and just jump on here. Like, why is it? I want to know your question of it. Why is it here to last?
Okay. Well, first of all, Sheldon, stop being rude, bro. First of all, welcome to all the new guests. Thank you for joining us. So nice to have you. So nice to see you. I hope you're all in good spirit, state of mind. Hope you're all smiling. If you're new to this channel, then subscribe to our channel. If you're here, you must subscribe, because I heard yesterday that only like 60% of people were subscribed. The other 40%, who they just find us by chance. So do that. All right, now let's have some fun. Let's talk about what's going on the charts. So, is there any resistance between now and 28,000?
Not much. There's one at 25. It's more or less this previous wick zone. It's more or less 26 actually. 26, 27's next major resistance.
Yeah, that's the 28.
And then the 28 to 30. Yeah. So for me, there's not much resistance here. This is some really good. If I just take away the drawings here, some really good candles forming here. It's good to see some big volatility entering the market again. So that's looking good. Not much resistance. So I do agree with you. That 28K, like, we've been speaking about it. Yesterday was the beautiful test that we've been waiting for. Break of trend. We tested into the news, and then we shot off really well. The question is there anything that's going to stop this momentum? Is there anything that's going to ruin it again, like we're getting used to it? Because we're getting the signs. We're getting the signs, as we spoke of, the Dixie breaking trend. Massive thing to talk about. It's something slowing it down for something that's been going on for a few weeks, even a few months. And we are starting to lose the momentum on the Dixie chart, which is showing a good amount of down. We've got one support here. I want us to break this to get lower than where we made in the last day. And then the next targets are back down at the 100 zone. So you're looking at a 5% drop in Dixie. And I think that on the midterm can get Bitcoin to 28K. It's some really good signs.
You want to look at the Dixie together with the US 10-year Treasury yield, because the higher the interest rates, obviously the higher the dollar. The interest rates are starting to drop. And I mean, if this head and shoulders plays down, where do you think this 10-year Treasury yield can go to? If you look at some levels.
So the next level is basically, it's around about 10 to 12% down from here, and then the bigger one is down 30% from here. Now we just announced yesterday we got into recession. Like, what is the likelihood of this not breaking back out? And then, like, it's the worst happened, right? One of the worst things that could have happened, right? Am I right to say that?
Well, all the association is saying is, look, the economy has slowed down. Great, amazing. So we all know the economy slowed down in the previous 2 quarters. The interest rates are reflecting that the market is actually getting used to the fact that there's going to be less growth. And so the Fed's going to be less aggressive. The Fed's going to be less aggressive. They're not going to increase interest rates as much. They're not going to slow down the economy as much. That's what this 10-year Treasury yield chart is actually showing you. And it was very scary and it was breaking up. But it looks like, if you read it just off the charts, forget about fundamentals. You're saying if the head and shoulders breaks down, and it's just broken down, and it's closed below that level now for 2 days, this is a real breakdown. And if this is a real breakdown and we start going back down to levels of 2%, that pretty much means that the market doesn't believe that the Fed can keep increasing interest rates for a long period of time. So I don't know. To me, very, 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 very good chart.
Well, look at where it's come from. So exactly, like, this is losing momentum soon, and it's similar to the Bitcoin gap, where you got the big gap from the downward side. You got a big gap over here as well. So agree with you. You can see a massive decrease quite quickly, and we got the levels of 2% and even around 1.6. So at least that's matching pretty well.
zoom out. Let's look at where it was before COVID, because obviously in the world of COVID, nobody wanted to hold government bonds. But I mean, let's look at more realistic historic levels.
So here was COVID here.
Yeah, so just before COVID, let's just see where it was. Yeah, you see, okay. So it's came down quite a lot. So,
nearly 10x up during that time, which is quite crazy. But what I'm seeing here,
a lot of people don't believe this pump. That's the problem. So a lot of people don't believe this pump, but what's going to happen is, as the pump gets more and more momentum, more and more people are going to believe it. And that's how we're going to get the retail cycle. So I must say, I wouldn't be caught out of the market in this pump. I wouldn't be sitting here going, let's wait for the dip. Bitcoin's going back to 20,000 before I buy again. I mean, there is a chance that we'll never see a Bitcoin at 20,000 again. There is a chance that we're not going back down there for a long time.
It could be. And I think we just keep trading this with both scenarios to play out. Whenever you're entering, you prep the risk and you write it up. But you can't miss this. You can't miss the explosion that's currently happening right now. Look at ETH. ETH's $1,700. Like, ETH is doing really well. Like, this coin is really exploding.
Okay, hold on. You want to go that route? Let's talk about ETH. So go to ETH.
Go through it.
Let's go bottom to top on ETH. So what's ETH done?
Okay, from bottom to top, 92%.
Even in the comments, look at the comments. The comments are all people that don't believe this pump is happening. They all believe the pump they're not happening. But the truth is, like, guys, when the music's on, you should be dancing. If you're scared, dance and put a stop loss.
When Bitcoin was 60K, no one believed that it would dump. You know what I mean? No one believed it's pulling back. No one believed it's coming down. No one believed. And now it's the opposite reverse. Same thing. Yeah. The mindset is already set. And that's when we know we're getting somewhere.
I'm not saying FOMO in. What I am saying is, up until now, we've been following a fundamental macro environment. We've been following the macro. The macro has been bad, but those two charts, a weaker dollar and the 10-year Treasury yield breaking down, actually changes everything. And everything changed this week after Powell's speech. After Powell's speech. So, yeah.
What do you think of this chart here? Quite interesting. We know we've got the merge coming up, but we literally have ETH. It's around, 7% or something from the all-time high in the bull run, and on the dominance. This is interesting. It's like, wow, like we've just been through a lot, and this is tremendous amounts of strength and growth in the last month from Ethereum, and we're not far from this break over here. What's the chance of a flippening? Just out of odds.
Okay. Let's quickly look at this, because I mean, it's actually not. It's not so ridiculous to think that it could happen. I think that if it is going to happen, it's going to happen pretty soon. So let's quickly just look at what we're looking at here. You got Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has a market cap of $457 billion. You got Ethereum at $205 billion. But let's play out what the macro scenario has for all of these. You have Bitcoin with an overhang, or Mt. Gox coins, 140,000 Mt. Gox coins, which are starting to come out, right? So let's assume that the macro economy is slightly changing and we're going into a slightly more bullish pattern. Let's work with that for a while. I think that's my thesis. I think until the Fed meet again in September, that's the thesis. I'm not saying it's going to be a straight line up, but I'm saying there's no economic news that comes out between now and September. There's an inflation reading in August. There's an inflation reading in September. The Fed meet again end of September. The next real big piece of news is in September. That's it. We're waiting for September.
Isn't that actually nice to not have this shit in between? I feel like it's just been one after the other, one after the other. It's actually nice to have 2-3 months of like, let the market do what it needs to do.
Yeah, but listen to this. So you've got the market recovering cautiously, because no one believes this pump. They've got the market recovers cautiously. And by the way, we are still in a recession. At the same time, you've got Bitcoin with a Mt. Gox cloud on its head. So like every time Bitcoin wants to go up, the big traders are thinking, hold on a second, there's 138,000 or 134,000 Mt. Gox coins hitting the market, and they're going to hit the market pretty soon. Then at the same time, you've got ETH, and you've got 45 days until the ETH merge. And if the ETH merge happens smoothly and everything works under control, you're going to have all these institutions who can now invest in ETH. So I think it's going to be a buy the rumor, sell the merge type of situation. Okay. So you got 45 days for this to happen, and probably you want to buy in now-ish, and you want to get out before the merge. You want to sell the merge because there is a chance that the merge will go wrong, etc. So you probably want to get out. But the question is, what do you buy? That's the question. What do you buy? Now, you can see that Bitcoin has a market cap of 457 million. ETH has 205 million. If you think that we're getting into a run now, if ETH doubles, if ETH runs before the merge, it can get very, very, very close to flipping Bitcoin. I don't know if it can actually flip Bitcoin, but it can get very close to flipping Bitcoin. So there is a chance, if ever there was a chance.
So let's say ETH goes to 3K and Bitcoin can stay under, stay around the 27, 28. It's getting close.
It's getting close.
Yeah,
close.
But that's what quite interesting. Like you got a big catalyst on what can move ETH, and the charts are agreeing on the same thing. What could move Bitcoin in that time? So you got a big catalyst on ETH. Like I just feel Bitcoin, it should accumulate for a while, or at least range for a while. Yet you got ETH hot. So I think that might be the only chance. Do you think that this is one of the only chances ETH has of flipping Bitcoin? Is this time that we're in right now?
I think long term, who knows? Long term, to be honest, I think ETH will be bigger than Bitcoin. Long term, I think ETH will be bigger than Bitcoin. But short term, I think if there's ever a chance for ETH to almost catch up to Bitcoin or maybe touch that, then do it. Look, don't write off Bitcoin, but also remember, as the ETH merge comes out, then that's when Mt. Gox starts to release the coins. Just think about that. 140,000 Bitcoin hitting the market. That makes the lunar dump look like kid stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's quite interesting to see. Let's say the market does get rejected and we got Bitcoin that comes back to 20K and ETH can hold its ground. There's also a way of catching up. Doesn't mean that ETH has to go to $4,000 from here. If the market turns south and let's say they do dump those Bitcoin and we have that, because looking at this is also another big chart. It's another weekly chart for ETH to Bitcoin. So it's just showing where we're at right now. This is a big break. On a weekly, it's very big because you have the possibility of going back up there. And we've always said it, to the 0.1 region would be great. This sort of has to be the time. Like if we're going to do it now, it sort of has to be within the next few months. So it's quite exciting. Now, do you
see a cup and handle printing there?
I do. You got the big cup and you got a handle printing here, and the handle's usually tracked by a wedge. So we got the wedge in play there, and you want this close outside this week, this weekly close. If we can close outside there, it will be a really good sign again for the continuation of ETH powerhousing over Bitcoin at the moment.
Okay, now go back to the ETH chart. Let's look at the ETH chart. Let's look at the ETH merge and what the market's telling us about the ETH merge.
Okay. So we go back to ETH.
Bottom to top. So take me bottom to top. Show me what bottom to top. What's ETH done? 100%?
94%.
Okay, good. But there's a whole lot of other coins. If you want to play the ETH merge, there's actually a whole lot of other coins that you should be looking at. So
explain that to me 2 secs before we get into it. Why will other coins run with ETH? Is it coins that are part of ETH and working with ETH, or what's your... Yeah, can you explain that 2 secs, please?
Everything comes out of what Vitalik said the other day, where he said, look, ETH can do 100,000 transactions per second when the merge, the surge, the verge, the purge, all that whole thing is done, right? So what does that mean? It means that what he's saying is ETH is not actually ETH. ETH is actually an ecosystem. And the ecosystem, first of all, includes a whole lot of scaling options, layer 2 options, which are important. So that gives you a clue as to some of the other coins that are going to run. Now, some of them have already started running, but let's look at some of the other coins that are going to run. First one is Matic. ETH is nothing without Matic.
Okay, so the first thing, obviously, look at Matic. This is on its way. We do have some resistance above, but you look at the difference between the two different gains.
Tripled.
We have Matic up 202% in that time.
Okay, let me give you another one. Look at Optimism.
What's
I think it's OPT. I haven't used it. I must say I haven't charted it on TradingView. Just or try. Let me look at it. I'll give you a ticker. I don't know. I've never used it on.
And the likes of, let's say, the wallets, the decentralized, not the wallets, but the decentralized, the DeFi.
So first of all, let's understand. Ethereum is nothing without all the ecosystem around it. So that means Arbitrum, Optimism, OP. Sorry, it's OP on TradingView. So OP. There we go. Okay. So
wow.
But just go bottom to top. Also, 4x. This is done better than Matic.
Yeah, this is 300. Yeah, basically 300%.
Okay,
Crazy.
let me give you another. Okay,
Crazy.
so let's call that. So you got ETH, then around ETH you got all the scaling solutions around ETH, which are very, very, very good. Then you've got all the dexes on ETH, and I guess the dexes to talk about are Uniswap. Uniswap also, I think Uniswap's also done like 300%.
It has. Uniswap's come down. Yeah, it has. It's done the same thing. And this is what's quite crazy about this time. Like, it's done 160 something percent. But what's crazy is like we're on the daily and we still come back to the weekly and we're like, this is what we've been through. We have the ETH news coming up, and it's like, you know, we got to try find the ones that haven't done too crazy yet. But when it comes to higher time frame growth through the times, like it's still incredible how much further they can go.
Just zoom out a bit there. There's a perfect breakout there. So if you draw your trend line on the weekly, you'll see you've actually
look at this chartist. Huh? You can see it even without. Even there's the first one that broke through, and then we have the bigger one, which is there, and that's why we are starting to get acceleration. Oh, I'm very proud.
On a long term, you probably want to be looking at something like if you're buying short term. I mean, let's look at a shorter term of.
So I think the best way to do this right now is we still have a lot of these tokens. Remember, we still got the stock market playing around and these sort of things. And I think everyone's focused on the dollar pairing and these sort of things. I think you really got to focus that either way, we're going to get hype behind ETH. And I think you got to start focusing on what's going to outperform ETH. And I think if you can start tracking those, and I think that's where the big key comes in now, is by actually taking these charts, loading them up, and actually loading them towards Ethereum. And you'll start to then pick them up, and you'll start to see, like, let's say Matic, for example. Matic's following these bull flags all the time. And if you start getting the next break out of the bull flag, like, it's just showing you the potential. Like, we keep focusing on dollars. And right now, it doesn't matter. It matters on how strong Ethereum is doing to the rest of the market. And that's why it's important to just track your tokens to Ethereum and see the ones that are firstly lagging. You know, we spoke about Uni, and we go look at Uni now, and we're like, okay, where's Uni? And we're like, oh, wow. Like, look at this on the weekly now to Ethereum, not to the USDT, to Ethereum. So Uni is showing a big amount of strength and growth against Ethereum in the next few weeks to come. Now, this matters if Bitcoin stays at 22 to 25, or it goes to 30, or it goes to 15. It doesn't matter. End of the day, you're finding the tokens that are showing bigger strength towards Ethereum and Bitcoin. And when it's time to focus on the dollar portfolio again is when we'll look at that. But here's a perfect example. You want to go and see, because Matic, you can see, is already up here. We have another one, Ethereum Classic. What is wrong with this token?
Okay, well, there's a good story here. So just think about this. You got a whole lot of miners in the world. They're all mining Ethereum as a proof of work chain. In 45 days, they've got to switch off their miners because they can't mine Ethereum anymore. Now, some people are saying, hold on a second, but we actually want a proof of work smart contract chain. So what is that proof of work smart contract chain? What is it? Can be the current Ethereum, or it could be Ethereum Classic. And so what the miners are doing is they're putting their bets on Ethereum Classic. So Ethereum Classic also exploded in the last couple of days. Let me give you some others. In fact, what I'm going to do... You literally have
Ethereum Classic, 175% growth over Ethereum. And Ethereum has done 200%. Like, it's quite crazy, or 100%. It's actually quite crazy. What is the next one I had here? Aave too. What do you think of Aave? Like, this is one. I'm just showing you guys the ones that have run.
It's the one that I'm least excited about.
Aave, why? Is it just personal preference, or, you know?
Let me show you another one. Lido, LDO.
Okay. Would you do, let's say, LDO? Because you're looking at, you know, we're learning on this, especially this show, we're learning charting against fundamentals and running both. Let's see if I can get this. Is it this one? I don't think there's a Ethereum pair there. Now, look at this. Now, this is the question that I'm asking you now. Is we have these projects here. Look how they've already absolutely destroyed. Like, they've done crazy amounts. You know, looking at Aave now and Uni compared to these now, do you rather go buy a Matic or do you rather go buy a Uni now? Looking at that, working off of the ETH push now, and working off of this sort of...
What I do now is I take multiple bets across the Ethereum ecosystem. So you know what? Let's just make it simple for people. So I made a spreadsheet. I'm going to drop a Google link in the bottom of the description in a couple of minutes. There it is. I've actually made it for you. Okay? I'm showing you all the tokens that I think are good to be playing pre the ETH merge. You got Ethereum, cool. It's up 96% from its lows, but also from its highs down 65%. So just gives you some perspective, right? So perspective. Now, you got ETH Classic, which is the alternative to ETH. And it's 240% off its lows, but 75% off its highs. Then Uniswap, SushiSwap, Lido, Aave, Matic, Optimism, Curve, Maker, and Compound. That is for me the ETH play. Now, what's the play here? Okay, so what's the play here? You got to take a view on what do you think about the merge? What do you think? Do you think the merge is going to happen? Not happen? Be smooth? Not be smooth?
Well, like after previous things, you probably like 60% it doesn't happen, or like something comes up.
It might be delayed, but is it going to happen this year?
I don't know. What do you think?
You got to take a look. No one knows, but you got to take a view.
Either way, it's going to create hype. Either way.
How long is the hype going to last?
Until near probably a week, 2 weeks. We know the smart investors are getting out a week or two before. Definitely.
Okay, so brilliant. So for me,
that's when retail are pumping in. The retail are busy FOMOing in that last week.
Yeah, so someone says I'm missing synthetics network. Yeah, you can actually add synthetics network to that. So what's the trade here? Well, for one, the one trade that I've taken is I've swapped a lot of my Ethereum into ETH ecosystem. And the reason why I say that is because I'm so confident that they will perform that I think that the ETH ecosystem will perform better than Ethereum itself. Someone's asking, am I in all these altcoins? I'm not in Ethereum Classic. I'm not in SushiSwap. I'm not in Aave. Pretty much in on the rest. I'm not in on Optimism. So I'm pretty much in on the rest of.
The question is, are you holding ETH? Are you still going to hold ETH through this run as well? Or are you looking for what's out? I think you got to split the risk between the two.
I'm doing two things. One is I've gone overweight long ETH. So much more long ETH. The second thing that I'm doing is I'm going instead of holding ETH, I'm buying the ETH ecosystem. The reason why I'm buying the ETH ecosystem is because, as you can see, the ETH ecosystem is performing much better than Ethereum. It's almost like it gives you leverage on Ethereum, right? So that's the trade that I'm taking. My thinking there is I'm gonna hold this trade now until the ETH merge happens. Probably a week before. I'm gonna start converting everything back.
When is the actual date for the ETH merge?
There's no date. It's a block number, and right now, if you look at the block number, it is
45 days.
45 days.
Okay.
So there's one hurdle along the way, which is this Gurley. Gurley is a type of chain. It's a testnet chain. When this happens on August 11th, then I think there's going to be another run, because that's another hurdle. So August 11th, big date. Bang, there's another hurdle. Bang.
Okay. What is that Gurley? Sorry, I actually have no idea what it is.
It is an
upgrade or?
So what happens is ETH goes to testnet. So various different types of testnets, and Gurley is one of the testnets basically. So it goes Robstein, and they had a whole lot of different testnets that it has to do, and now this is one of the testnets. That's pretty much what I think the play is. I think what we'll do is we'll drop this on our BBS. So bbs.market/charts. We'll drop it there. We'll drop it there so everyone can have a look at it.
I think we agree with you with that comment. I think we will probably crash against the merge. We know how it is now. Sell the news, but I don't think miss the play. And I think the big thing of today's show was like we keep focusing on these dollar things, but ETH is performing and the ETH ecosystems are performing. So to start charting some of these tokens and looking at how they look against ETH, I think it's the bigger play. I think it's the play to see what's going to outperform ETH. We know ETH is starting to break. We know there's a lot of rumors coming, well, not rumors, hype and everything that's joining. So change a little bit of your thinking behind it all. One quick thing, I just want to quickly give a little view of what I'm thinking on the weekend. We did have the total market cap breakout yesterday, which is really good. It is fighting a small bit of resistance over here, and it's got a little bit higher over here. We look at that to where we're looking at on Bitcoin, and what I'm thinking with Bitcoin is I do think that once we have officially broken through the 24,300, we have a daily close above that. I do think we catch momentum towards the $27,000 zone. Now, what's going to start happening through these times? People want to know, when do we buy these sort of things? The retest buys are always going to be the simple strategy, but a lot of them are going to form bull flags. They're going to form a lot of these flags. similar to what I showed you guys, what Matic is currently doing with Ethereum during the times. And whenever you're looking to add to your bags or add to your positions is when you actually want to catch the break of these bull flags. You see what they do. They basically rip off quick. They run sideways for a while. They break a flag. They form a flag. They break a flag. So that's similar to the same thing that I'm looking at with Bitcoin. Now, if I can catch a pullback at any point of the previous breakouts, which I think already happened with the news and with everything happening yesterday, the pullback into the zone and then the shoot off, I'm waiting to see a bull flag. I'm waiting to see that we form a bull flag. I track that and I track the next push up to the upside, because now the thing is the market's like exploding. Like if you don't carefully understand that by chasing the pumps here, they are going to be quicker pullbacks and they're going to try to scare you out the market and these sort of things. Be a bit patient for these patterns to play out and look to break out. I know me and Ryan are doing possibly some shows on the weekend, and I want to do some more for you guys as well, get some of the live trading going, get a few of these things moving. I just want you guys to understand that the market now has now broken range. It's moving bigger. It's a lot more volatile. So it just means you've got to adjust to that strategy. And I think the one of focusing on Bitcoin pairs and Ethereum pairs they're gonna teach you to not, because we FOMO a lot. It's something to do with emotional connection with dollars. I don't know what it is, but it creates mistakes. And by doing it against ETH and Bitcoin, I think it's going to solve a lot of that.
Just if you feel uncomfortable deploying more dollars because you think that this pump is going to fade a little bit, you may want to just convert some ETH into ETH ecosystem players. That way, you're not putting more money into the market. You're getting higher leveraged in the market. That's pretty much what I'm doing. People are saying that Cardano is pumping also. Cardano has been lagging. I actually took a position on Cardano. Yeah.
This is the one we spoke about yesterday. We literally got this thing spot on, but it's broken another trend now. And for me, Cardano is one of the most undervalued tokens. Definitely. It has not done anything like the rest. And I see it going here on this next little push up that we're currently happening right now. This is not a leverage play, a short-term play, but this is a good spot play, in my opinion. This is something that's good. What news is coming up? What is the thing? I don't pay too much attention to it, but what's the news behind it?
There's the Vassal fork, which has now been delayed a little bit. So it was supposed to happen this week, but they're delaying it for a few more weeks. They're doing a few more weeks of testing. So the hard fork is coming up. So, but I think, people are saying, I'm glad that Cardano is not part of Run's current portfolio. It's a good thing. Yes, you may be right, but I did take a leverage long on Cardano. Yes,
Rad's a DJ now. He's even more DJ than what he used to be.
I looked at the charts yesterday, and there was a little breakout in Cardano, and I thought, exactly, I was watching that thing, breakout retest, and I thought, okay, got to get in, and I jumped in.
Amazing. Okay, cool. So I think that's it for now. I don't think there's too many entries just yet. I think there will be on the quick wicks. I think the market's I'm sure leverage must be going up now. It must be. Leverage must be increasing, which means the crazy wicks are going to come out of nowhere and these sort of things. And we're going to take advantage of those support buys or the bull flags. But Cardano is definitely one of the bigger one. And I think let's see where it settles and we can start looking at the next trades.
Is your take profit target 65 cents then?
Yes. On this move up here. Yeah.
Beauty.
Because you don't want to see, like, if you go let's actually look at it quickly before we shut off here. Let's go look at ADA, even to ETH. I just want to see what this chart's looking like. We've got ETH, that's the powerhouse. Let's actually see that Cardano did have quite a good move against it previously. Ranging possibly, I do see higher high, higher low. So RSIs are obviously reset here, which means at some point we're going to have Cardano outperform ETH for a short period of time. And something like news, something like that. If you got powerhouse of ETH breaking against Bitcoin and dominance doing that, and then you start to get Cardano start breaking strong against ETH, just keep an eye on this. Remember, Matic's up here. Everything's up here. So look at the tokens that are next. You know what I mean? And are following through as well.
Amazing. Okay, so just remember that next week we are doing the ByBit trading competition. How it's going to work is anybody's going to be able to enter, but only people who sign up with Crypto Banter links will be able to win. We're giving $100,000 away for that. Once that competition is done, we'll run that competition for 3 weeks or a month. We'll give away $100,000 to the community, only if they've got using our referral link. Once that's done, I think we should challenge somebody else's community. So it should be the Banter community against another community. We'll decide who that community should be. You guys actually let us know. Yeah, let us know who you think. Let us know who you think should be there.
Okay.
People asking about the tickets for Korea. I'll give them away today on my show. So today on my show, I'll give away the tickets for Korea. That's Idan Gonen. We see you. We will give you it. We'll announce the winners on the show today. We've got 10 tickets to give away for Korea Blockchain Week. All righty, brother.
Cool, brother. Great show.
Weekend
back. I'll see you on the track tomorrow. I'm gonna kick your ass, bro.
Yeah, we'll go on the track tomorrow, and then we might do some live shows this weekend. We're gonna try.
Put in the comments there, Ran or Sheldon. Let's see.
People are saying we should challenge Bitcoin. I'll challenge your cup host community. I will challenge your cup host community.
Cool. Much love, Banter fam. Have a good weekend.
Much love. All right, it was fun to be back with you, bro.
Great, bro. Everyone's saying I must do a live show from the track. I think tomorrow we jump on at the track,
Let's do it from the track, bro. I'll bring my laptop. We'll do it from the track.